2 minutes. Oh, welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and can you feel it? Can you feel the fear? There's fear, there's excitement, there's a mix of emotions. The poll for the day is, do you believe in the altcoin reckoning? Do you believe in the altcoin reckoning? You have some people saying there's an altcoin explosion coming. You have some people, Benjamin Cowan, saying there is an altcoin reckoning coming. Is this real? Can this happen? And let's talk a little bit about it. Alongside some of the biggest stories in the crypto space today, a new tax being proposed by the Biden administration. Is that real? What's going on there? When is the Hong Kong ETF launch? Well, breaking news. It's kind of official at this point, from my understanding. We'll talk a little bit about that. We'll also get into some of the other big stories on the day. Got to talk about Peter Schiff's ideas surrounding Bitcoin. We'll also talk about the potential Ethereum ETF, not only in Hong Kong, but in the US. What's going on there? Conversation about the inflows for the BlackRock ETF looking scary. Again, back to the fear versus Hong Kong launching the ETFs. What can we expect next? I also want to talk about the Bitcoin upgrade. And I'm talking about DeFi on Bitcoin. Guys, yes, I'm talking about stacks. I have a huge bag of stacks. I bought more of it last night. And you know what, guys? Yesterday morning early. And I'm very bullish on Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related assets. I want to also explore kind of looking at the Bitcoin DeFi and the volume in that ecosystem versus some of the others. I want to talk about, a big auction. The famous Buy Bitcoin sign was sold for millions of dollars. We'll talk about that today. I want to talk about the economy. I want to talk about inflation. And I want to talk about this idea of crypto versus the larger macroeconomic situations going on, because there's been some stories that I saw today that were basically saying, okay, so inflation's looking bad and crypto's looking, now it's dipping because of inflation fears. When really, shouldn't the opposite be true? Let's talk a little bit about that and what we can expect for the Fed with the rate hikes. And then, of course, I'm going to talk about Crow with Knife in the stream at some point. So if you're waiting around for that, you will get some Crow with Knife action. We'll talk about the dip thing. But I got a video coming later today with Crow with Knife, which I'm a big meme coin holder of. And, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the Cronos ecosystem. I'm a big Cronos holder. I've been holding Cronos for a long time. Recently sold some Cronos for some of the other Cronos memes within that ecosystem. We'll see how it plays out. But want to give you guys the updates, be transparent, talk about some news. Here's how we're going to do it. Folks, friends, welcome everybody back to the Crypto Report. I'm Crypto Kip. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to look at the markets, see what's winning, see what's losing, see where the discounts are, see what's hot. We're also then going to look at what we expect coming next. We're going to look at then some news stories, and then at the end of the stream, we'll do a little Q&A. You guys can ask me anything you want. I'm just a regular guy, just like you, or gal out there. And I've been in crypto since 2016. However, we started a YouTube channel. I've done over 3,200 videos. Keep saying that. 3,200 videos with my partner on this channel. We're at 17,000 subscribers right now, and we're going to keep the content coming. If you like that, we'll smash the like button. Consider subscribing, turning on the notification bell, and shout out to West Texas Crypto with a gifted membership, to Greedy Panda, welcome, and to Scawsome as well with that $5 super chat, asking saying whether the altcoin reckoning is coming or not. I'm holding and riding it out, staying bullish on BTC, Solana, and Cronos coin chains. No FUD. I like your attitude, Scawsome, and I really like that super chat. Thank you for the support to West Texas Crypto, who is a legendary gifted membership giver on this channel, and Scawsome, who just super chats, I think, every day now. You're a legend, Scawsome. Thank you for that comment. And guys, go ahead, and because I did put out a poll. Why did Scawsome say that? Because I put out a poll, and I want you guys to answer the question. Do you believe in the altcoin reckoning, and is it coming? So far, 76% of you guys have said yes, and 25% of you guys believe no. You think it's not coming. Well, let's see. Let's see how it plays out, and I'll give you my opinion towards the end of this stream. Thanks for the love on the shirt, Chris. Appreciate that. I do love this shirt. I got my golf league later tonight. That's why I'm all dressed for that. I'm going to do some cold calls this afternoon, close some deals, do the thing, and then go golfing later today. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it, guys. Anth Crow is predicting a June boom. Well, let's see where we're at right now, Anth. Again, welcome back, everybody. While you're coming in, just smash that like button for me. We got 33 viewers so far, 10 likes. Just crush that like button for me. Now, Bitcoin today is at $64,589. It is up 2% over the last 7 days, and it's up 0.74% today, or in the last hour, excuse me. Just slightly green on the day, it looks like. And people are scared. And it kind of makes me chuckle. And there's a variety of reasons for that, which I'm going to take you through with some of the news stories later on, and we'll take a peek at that. Let's look at the big gainers today. So right now we got Wormhole having a beautiful recovery. Again, this token was one of the biggest losers recently, and every morning when we do these live streams, we talk about the biggest bleeders and where the opportunities are. Wormhole was one of the biggest bleeders, and now where's it at? It's up 16.43% on the day. Bonk was a big bleeder. Guess where Bonk's at? 95% gains on the week, up 100%, 2x if you bought the dip on Bonk 1 week ago. SEI, Pepe, same story, guys. That's why we do this. That's why we go through when we talk about the biggest bleeders versus the biggest gainers. We don't buy the gainers. We buy the bleeders. That's what you do in crypto, guys. You buy red and you sell the green. You buy low and you sell high. And we've been doing that repeatedly through this bear market and on this channel, every single day. And that's why we've been making such gains. And I know that a lot of people in this community have been making some great gains as well. Now, if you do look, and just give me 1 second. I just realized my window is open and my neighbors could hear everything. And some girl looked out on the street and was like, what's this guy talking about? Look at that neon sign up in that guy's office. That's crazy. So, sorry, guys. Oh, Scawsome with another super chat. Red days equal flash sales, long-term bull here. I agree with you, Scawsome. Thanks for that super chat and thanks for that comment because, yes, I agree. We're in a bull market, folks. That's not changing anytime soon. That does not mean that there can't be an altcoin reckoning. Go ahead and put your vote if you think there's going to be an altcoin reckoning or if you think it's already passed. Let me know on that poll that I put out there. So a lot of big gainers over the last week. Let's see if there's any losers over the last week. Well, if you look at it, there's a couple, but the losers over the last week are not that big. Toncoin is one of the biggest losers of the last week. That's because it came into the top 10 and flipped Shiba Inu recently, and it absolutely exploded. So what goes up must cool off and come down, consolidate, and then when a broader crypto bull market continues, and we see that altcoin season, that it is inevitably going to come at some point, whether there's an altcoin reckoning before that, up for grabs, right? But not a lot of big losers this week. The big losers were actually a week ago. And so congratulations to those of you guys that bought that dip when Bitcoin came down to 60K. Altcoins got scared. That was the sell-off around the Bitcoin halving we've seen so far. Maybe the bleeding is done. So we're looking good. At the end of the day, though, we are still seeing the same categories trending. Meme coins are still hot. Solana is still a conversation. Gaming tokens are still hot. AI is still something that people are keeping an eye on, along with real-world assets and some other plays out there. But let's look at what's going on here. So we are back down 10% in the month of April. You know, a big question is can crypto consolidate here over the next couple months, right? Can we see an altcoin reckoning? Can we see a cool off in the crypto space? And the answer is yes, guys. The answer is yes. But what do I think is going to happen? I'll tell you that here in a second. But you look back and we had a very beautiful record, 7 green months in a row. And then we have April, which is down 10%. And really, guys, there's only 6 or 5 days left in the month of April. And so, you know, this is looking like it's going to turn into a red month. There have been many times in the past where we have seen just one red month for Bitcoin, and you can see that. And so it doesn't mean that we're just going to get a flurry of red months in a row, but you do have to keep your head on a swivel and be aware of a potential sell-off that might be happening. Now, 10% dip obviously proved to be a beautiful dip for, again, anybody that was accumulating these meme tokens that ripped and rocked and rolled, and these utility tokens that ripped and rocked and rolled over the last week, right? And that's what we do. We buy these dips. And so this is a beautiful dip. I don't think you need to be scared of a May, June, July being red. Instead, if it does turn that May, June, and July are red, what's the strategy? I think the strategy remains, hold on, I'll show you. In the initial rendition of our studio, guys, I had this sign in my background. And it's still sitting right there for me all the time on my lamp over in this corner that you can't see. Dollar cost average, guys. If we get dips, you just dollar cost average into these markets, guys. And if you believe in a crypto bull cycle, and if you're right of a crypto bull cycle, then yes, you find 2, 10, 20, 100x gains simply in crypto, because that's what crypto does, guys. At the end of the day, you know, we got to kind of zoom out. People get so scared all the time with crypto. It's so interesting how people don't buy. Many people don't buy in the bear market. Many people that are here right now weren't buying in the bear market. Many people were. But many of you weren't as well. And I know that. And I'm aware of that. I didn't buy in some of these bear markets in the past. I bought like here more so. I bought really just in the first bull market I ever participated back in 2016. I was buying in 2016. You know, I wasn't really buying the max fear. We like to buy the fear because when you zoom out, we understand that we're waiting for a parabolic breakout on these charts, guys, waiting for Bitcoin to make that move. And if you're scared of the altcoin reckoning, well, just remember this, guys. I believe that we're going to see a move like this. Maybe we get a dip lower, right? Maybe this thing comes, this is the overall market cap. Maybe it comes a little bit lower before we go higher, right? You never know. But at some point, I believe the overall market cap is going to break through its $3 trillion previous peak that we had. And at that point, we're going to see the Bitcoin DeFi narrative take out, the Solana ecosystem move, the Cronos ecosystem move, Ethereum start to recover against Bitcoin potentially. Because Ethereum versus Bitcoin's actually been bleeding. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. That's part of the altcoin reckoning. And now let's actually talk about that. So, you know, a lot of people talk about this altcoin reckoning, and you know, I wasn't planning on getting into this as much as I'm about to, but I think this is important to remember. And by the way, Binance is just looking so strong right now. But let's look at ETH versus BTC, because this is something you need to be aware of. When people talk, like Benjamin Cowan, for example, when he talks about an altcoin reckoning, what he's mostly talking about, guys, is Ethereum versus Bitcoin. And here's your Ethereum versus Bitcoin chart. And so what we've seen is since 2021, really since the peak of 2021, Ethereum has failed to make a new high versus Bitcoin, which means that Bitcoin is outperforming Ethereum. And so in terms of an altcoin reckoning, guys, this is what I think most people are alluding to when they talk about an altcoin reckoning on a big scale. People aren't talking about the Jasmines of the world. People aren't talking necessarily about the Crow coins, even more so Crow coin because it's a bigger market cap play. People aren't talking about your meme coins that you like. People aren't talking about that necessarily because meme coins kind of live in their own world. Some of these smaller cap plays, a $10 million market cap coin, a $50 million market cap coin, they live in your own world, right? If Bitcoin turns down, sometimes you see some of those altcoins pump. You want a case in point, you know, Bitcoin's consolidating right now, and then you could look at some of these other, you know, like good example, Crow with Knife. It's up 7% today, right? And over the last, you know, month, this thing's actually, well, it's down over the last month, but if you look at its overall chart, this thing has actually been moving up quite nicely, and it's not performing poorly against Bitcoin. In fact, it's performing well against Bitcoin. And so when people talk about an altcoin reckoning, my point is, guys, is I want you to remember this. Most of the time when people are talking about that, they're talking about ETH versus Bitcoin. And Cardano versus Bitcoin is some of the top 10, top 25, top 50 coins versus Bitcoin. But inevitably, when the Bitcoin bull market actually happens and we get this red circle, we get these moves and we break through our previous highs, and it's been about, I think 53 days probably so far since we wicked above our previous highs from the last bull cycle. We're waiting for the parabolic move. Inevitably, when this overall market cap breaks out, that altcoin reckoning conversation is going to be left in the past. And even if you get wrecked in the next 2 months, in my opinion, this is my opinion, not financial advice, with altcoins, let's say you buy an altcoin like, let's use a good example, Stacks. I'll use this as a perfect example. I bought $22,000 worth of Stacks yesterday. I'm a psychopath, I know, but I love crypto. I believe in crypto. And I bought $22,000 worth of Stacks. It was the largest bonus I'd ever got in my life. I paid my bills and I took the rest and I aped it into Stacks. Why? Am I scared of a potential sell-off on Stacks? Absolutely. But what am I more scared of? I'm more scared of the bull market continuing and occurring. And this is not saying that I'm FOMOing in, right? Because FOMOing in arguably for me would be buying when it's actually in price discovery mode. I bought before price discovery mode, guys. We are not in price discovery mode yet, but I do believe that price discovery mode is coming. And so, if an altcoin reckoning occurs for me, and I bought Stacks at like $2.95 yesterday or something like that, and it's already down, I don't care. I don't care that it's down. Why? Because even if an altcoin reckoning occurs, I got a paycheck coming next month, I got a paycheck coming in the following month, and then in 8 months from now, I expect Stacks to be, $19 to $30, $20 to $30, possibly even $50. Why? Well, we'll talk about that also in a little bit here, and actually, heck, let's just jump into it right now. When you look at the total value locked up in all chains, you look at Ethereum, it's got $53 billion total value locked up in the ecosystem. Stacks is the largest layer 2 narrative for Bitcoin DeFi. The transactions in a month are going to be under 4 seconds, and they're going to be cheap as heck. It's only got $153 million locked up in it. If it goes to a billion, 1.5 billion, that's a 10x, guys. That's a 10x. Ethereum is at 53 billion. And really what we're talking about here is not just like some random coin Stacks versus Ethereum. What we're talking about is Bitcoin versus Ethereum. And I think people don't understand that yet. When you look at DeFi, where's DeFi being built on Bitcoin? It's being built on the layer 2 solution Stacks, which means that it is going to, in a sense, be a competitor to Ethereum. I believe that the DeFi market cap for Bitcoin should be greater than Ethereum, especially with the fees on Ethereum, especially if the speed of the transactions on Stacks, the layer 2 solution for Bitcoin DeFi, is faster. There's no reason that it shouldn't be in the top 10 or at least in the top 5, or top 5 or at least in the top 10 for DeFi protocols and total value locked up, which you're looking at, an easy 10x here. I think it's going to do a 20 to 30x, to be honest with you guys. I think Stacks is going to be huge, not necessarily by TVL. We'll see how that plays out, but definitely if people FOMOing into the Stacks price, I think it's going to happen. And so if you're worried about an altcoin reckoning, I am too in a sense, but even if we get that altcoin reckoning and we get a dip, I'll buy that dip. That's my strategy, guys. That's my big secret. Now, what are we looking at here for liquidations and price targets for Bitcoin right now, guys? Well, when you zoom out and you look at this 3-month zoomed out chart, and this goes all the way back to January 2024, back when this bull market was really kicking off around the hype around the Bitcoin BlackRock ETF. What we're looking at is there's a lot of key levels for liquidations to potentially occur. It's 72K, and now we could easily get a boost back up to 67 in no time because there's some shorts that probably want to be squeezed there. But if you zoom out, there is risk of a potential dip down to a $50,000 Bitcoin. I'm really looking at like a 50K wick, maybe 52 is a little consolidation level right around here potentially. If we do that, if that altcoin reckoning comes, I think it comes in the form of Bitcoin crashing and the altcoin market crashing, and then Bitcoin consolidating around 50K. That would mean maybe another 50% sell-off for altcoins from here, even though they just recovered, another 50% slip, more accumulation zones, and then I think probably the worst of it would be about a 50K Bitcoin. That's my opinion. That's not a fact. These are all just predictions. Who knows, guys? You got to do your own research. But we're looking at a couple scenarios. Either we're getting dragged down here where there's a lot of longs that probably want to be liquidated, or we're going to get dragged up and we're going to get a short squeeze and we're going to move up to the moon. We're trading sideways in the meantime. Let me know in that vote. Again, I put out a poll for you guys. I want to know what your thoughts are. Do you believe in an altcoin reckoning? Do you believe that, it's coming? Let me know. We got 24% of you guys believe that it's not coming, and 76% of you guys believe in it and that it is coming. Please answer that poll. I'm very curious. Yes. Okay. So, and then you got the Bitcoin bears that are always wrong, it seems. Kip, did you buy dip? I did buy dip. I got a video coming out later today. I bought dip because I wanted to support the crow with knife liquidity grab that was going on, and we did a good job as a community, so shout out to all the crow with knife people. We'll talk. I got a video coming on later today, so you're gonna want to see that video later today because I talk about my strategy with dip and all that. But Peter Schiff, he is a gold bug, as we call it. What does that mean? It means he loves gold. He's got a bank, I think. He's like got a bank fund. He's got a gold fund. He's a gold maxi. He loves gold. He hates Bitcoin. And he tweeted this out today. It's not looking good for hodlers. You guys need to hope Bitcoin can hold 60K. Otherwise, it's a long way down. All the hardcore Bitcoiners are used to big drops, but the newbies you spelled it wrong. But the newbies who own the Bitcoin ETFs are in for a rude awakening. Yeah, I mean, look, the people that are investing in these ETFs, and he's got a point. If these ETF people see a big crypto dip like we've seen for Bitcoin in the past, then they're probably going to be scared. But I don't think they're going to panic sell. So in that sense, I think he's wrong. They're going to be shocked, but I don't think they're going to panic sell. I don't think people buy ETFs are panic selling ETFs. Panic selling happens in every market, but less so than if you were just buying Bitcoin as a degen. Like, we are traditionally, we're buying Bitcoin ain't a degen move anymore, obviously. But I think he's wrong here. And I just love when big names come out here and try to find a point where they're right. And he kind of doesn't necessarily came out and say that he believes it's going to break below 60K, but he's just trying to spread fear. And also, this is just engagement farming. He got 329K views. So successful engagement farm, Peter Schiff. But, there is something to be aware of as well. And, should we be afraid of a big dip? Well, while the SEC is possibly going to deny the Ethereum ETFs next month, supported by Watcher Guru, which, guys, this isn't a surprise. The SEC's had a pretty anti-crypto stance, and it's going to take a lot longer to approve that ETF than the Bitcoin ETF, at least. We'll continue to see how that is. Because, again, Gensler, I think he believes that the Ethereum is a security, whereas Bitcoin is a commodity. While we're worried about that, BlackRock had a very, very beautiful run. Now, why are we at this point that we're in this bull market? Well, back in October, if you look at, let's go back to Bitcoin here. Let's look at Bitcoin and let's go back to October, because this is just the facts that if you're new here or you're not aware of this, back in October, okay, guys. So right here, let's see, like right here. October. We had a nice little move up from the bottom, but October of 2023. Right here, guys. Let me zoom in. Okay, so back in October of 2023, right here, there was a news story that came out about BlackRock. And it was a fake news story that the ETF was approved. It wasn't. And that news that it wasn't came out like the same or next day. What did Bitcoin do? It just went up anyway. People knew that BlackRock was going to get into this, and they did, and we saw an insane amount of buying pressure. And right now, today, we are watching where the BlackRock Bitcoin ETFs have officially paused the inflows. The inflows yesterday were very slow. In fact, they were not, there was like nothing going on yesterday for BlackRock's ETF inflows. I think that's a lot of fear and speculation around the Bitcoin halving. I know a lot of people are fearful for a Bitcoin sell-off and a crypto sell-off and an altcoin reckoning, which honestly makes me bullish, because when people think that they're right, then typically they're wrong and the prices go back up. But I think people will go back to panic buying anytime soon, because we're going to have a FOMO bull run. We always do. That's crypto. Historically, at least. Not financial advice. But now the BlackRock Bitcoin ETFs are slowing down. And so is Peter Schiff right here? Well, guys, zoom out and remember this. BlackRock's inflows were strong for 71 days, and they got us from 40K up to 70K. Hong Kong and Asia, the ETFs are coming, and they're getting the Ethereum ETF too. And so this could be the end of the downside for Ethereum, where versus Bitcoin, where all of a sudden the Ethereum ETFs come into the space. Let's see how successful that is in Hong Kong and then spreading into Asia potentially. This is very big, guys. This Asian market has a lot of money, and Hong Kong specifically is a big finance hub. Really, it's a pretty big finance hub, and this is going to be big. This could trigger more competition, and once Hong Kong starts buying, guys, there's a chance that the BlackRock ETFs that have paused inflows resume inflows at that point. Again, I think this is more around the potential fear of a potential dip down to this 50K level or something, which is on the table. It's certainly possible, but again, I look at that as a buying opportunity. Looking at this as well, guys, Bitcoin, big news, big upgrade coming for Bitcoin. With the Bitcoin having now complete, everyone is turning their attention to Bitcoin DeFi. Not everybody yet, but certainly more people than before. There are huge opportunities for growth in the space, and I think that Stacks is well positioned because the Nakamoto mainnet is starting to roll out. It's going to be done the 15th to the 29th. This brings transactions on Bitcoin again down below 4 seconds. Stacks is by far the leader in this space, and this is going to be exciting, guys. This is going to be huge. This is something you have to look forward to. This is something we haven't seen in a bull market yet. Bitcoin DeFi be a part of the conversation. So get ready for that, guys. And inevitably, there's going to be a lot of ecosystems that are successful. Avalanche, Arbitrum, Base, a lot of these things, guys. I don't know much about Merlin. I've seen some FUD about Merlin, but I didn't really dive into it because apparently you got to do a bunch of like EVM stuff, and it's more associated with Ethereum than it is with Bitcoin, which is weird. But maybe I'm wrong there. Maybe I just glanced at a story and I gotta do more learning there. But guys, there's going to be so many great plays in this bull market. Even if there's an altcoin reckoning, as people are fearful for, which I believe is more so coming in the form of Ethereum not performing well versus Bitcoin, as I explained earlier. I'm not really concerned about it. In fact, I think they're buying opportunities. And hey, if my stacks goes down below $2, am I going to be bummed out a little bit? Yeah. If any time my portfolio bleeds, it's a bummer. But again, I have a long-term vision. I've always had a long-term vision, and that's why I've had success in crypto. And I think people that, have time in the market versus trying to time the market, those are the ones that succeed a little bit more. Speaking of a historic moment and time in the market, if you've had a lot of time in the market, you might remember this. Back in 2017, there was a congressional testimony from Janet Yellen, the Federal Reserve Chair, and in the background, there was this guy that held up this Buy Bitcoin sign. Well, breaking news, this Buy Bitcoin sign was sold in an auction, okay, for $1 million. And people aren't bullish. $1 million bought at an auction. Absolutely unbelievable. Right after the halving, it's fantastic. Also, somebody somebody bought the individual Satoshi, I guess, that was associated with the Bitcoin halving, right at the same block where the Bitcoin halving was occurred, and it sold for $2 million. People are getting ready for a crypto bull run. Hong Kong's ETF is going live at the end of the month. It's crazy. Let's talk about this inflation conversation too, though, because U.S. economic growth slows, but inflation grows, according to BBC. Guys, inflation's not getting better. I don't know when the last time you went to the grocery store if you're in the U.S. is, but it's not getting better. Things are still ridiculously expensive. And if inflation doesn't get better, then what does that mean for your dollar? It means that your dollar's a terrible investment. To hold a dollar is actually, at that point, a terrible investment, especially if we go into hyperinflation. If you read through this story, there is an increasing fear, guys, right now that if growth continues to slowly if growth continues to slowly decelerate, but inflation strongly takes off again in the wrong direction, the expectation of a Fed interest rate cut in 2024 is starting to look increasingly more out of reach. Now, the people that are calling for an altcoin reckoning believe that when inflation starts to pivot and when the Fed lowers the interest rates, that it could cause the altcoin reckoning. Well, what if it doesn't happen? And what if they can't pivot? And what if the Fed can't cut the interest rates? Increasingly, day by day, when you look at what the stats are and the predictions, guys, the next FOMC meeting is in just a week. I'm going to try to live stream that for you guys next Thursday, next Wednesday or something like that. But guys, right now the odds are that they're going to pause the rates in May. They're going to pause the rates in June. They're going to pause the rates even in July. We were thinking we were going to get some pivots in June and July. Not anymore. Odds are not saying that at all. The first rate cut isn't even expected until September, and the chance of that is only 44%. There's a 13% chance that they do a 0.5% decrease, a 44% chance that they do a 0.25% decrease, and there's a 40% chance that they just keep the rates the same. I'm leaning towards the fact that they might keep the rates the same. The only thing that gives me hope that a pivot might occur, which would be a good thing for the dollar, is the presidential election and politics getting the best of Federal Chair Jerome Powell. And honestly, that will put us at the risk of hyperinflation, which at the end of the day, if people are fearful of an altcoin reckoning due to this pivot or due to anything, guys, here's the deal. Where are you better off? In Bitcoin, where it goes up on average of 100% year over year, or in the dollar, where it literally continuously gets devalued? Even when inflation is good, the dollar is still getting devalued. It is inflationary. It's unstoppable. You can't make the dollar deflationary. I don't think the dollar's ever been. I don't know if the dollar's ever been deflationary. The dollar's not going to be deflationary. It's getting worse. The national debt's worse. We need a new system. The system's not working. Other currencies globally have collapsed. People are going away from the dollar standard because of this. Crypto's here to stay, guys. Crypto is a hedge against the dollar. I don't like when people say, "Oh, well, crypto's selling off today because of fear with the inflation." No, that's ridiculous. I think that it's just selling off because it's selling off. I mean, maybe it does sell off because of inflation fears at times. You watch the FOMC meeting, crypto certainly moves around that. But in the long term, in the grand scheme of things, Crypto shouldn't be associated with the regular economy in any capacity, whether inflation's good, bad, whether employment's good, bad. That doesn't matter in my opinion. What really matters is just that Bitcoin is better than the dollar. It's better than better than gold. It is digital gold. And it's peer-to-peer, it's decentralized, and it's just kind of the new way of life. I believe that's coming. That's why we started this channel. What is a thing that caused some fear, though, recently is Biden's 2025 budget proposal seeks to tax capital gains at 45% and eliminate crypto tax loopholes. This is probably a nothing burger, as people are saying. You know, a lot of the proposals that get put out there, guys, they don't actually get approved. Look at all the times Senator Elizabeth Warren put out something that was anti-crypto. They don't get approved. So, fearful story, causing fear. It's scary. That's why I was in the thumbnail. Oh, this is scary. It's not scary. This feels scary. It's not scary. I'm not scared at all. I'm ready for a crypto bull market. That's my personal opinion. That's not financial advice. Crow with Knife's doing well, though. All right, guys, let's do a little Q&A. What's going on out there? How we doing, guys? We got 57 viewers, 26 likes. Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Let's go down to the hourly candles and we'll zoom in. We'll take a look here at what's going on. Let me get some tunes back up for you guys and we'll do a little Q&A. I'm going to scroll back up and do some questions. Shout out to Pickle Rick, welcome back. Shout out to West Texas Crypto, Luda Classic. Shout out to Mr. Planet. Shout out to Joel. Shout out to Scossum. Shout out to Greedy Panda, Servando. Shout out to all the members, guys, and shout out to the subscribers as well. If you want to become a member on our channel and support this kind of content, you can support us. It's $5 a month to become a basic member. You get access to our private Discord. That's a lot of fun. You can talk directly with me and Black Sea, ask us questions. You can DM us. Give a little extra love to the members for supporting us. No doubt about it. I'm looking through the questions here. Greedy Panda says, I need to sell my car and buy the dip. Simon Kelly's asking, how much dip, Big Dog? I bought like $2,700 worth of dip. Maybe $3K worth of dip, which is crazy. But again, the reason I did that, and I'll explain in my video tonight, is to support the Crow with Knife token. If that's confusing to you, watch my video later tonight. Simon Kelly says, VVS, the largest DEX on Cronos, seems to have a VIP pass to CDC. I agree completely, which is why I think both Dip and Crow with Knife can get listed on crypto.com now. But I like Crow with Knife so much better than Dip. I could do a live, we'll see. Chris Klein just bought some Crow with Knife. Oh boy. Good luck. Godspeed. Chris Gomez, shout out to you. What's up, brother? How you doing today? Ben wants to know what my price prediction for Crow with Knife is. Well, let's do it. I'm going to... I don't want to spoil my video from later today because I got a nice video coming for you guys on Crow with Knife later today. But when the dip coin comes out, I think people are going to sell their dip because a lot of the buyers for the dip resale were actually Crow with Knife lovers. And I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to sell dip token when it first launches and then probably buy Crow with Knife. And my prediction in the short term is that in the next week or so, I legitimately believe that this thing could potentially break its previous all-time high. My next target for this coin, it's so hard to do a target on meme coins. My next target for this coin is something like this. I'm going to just take kind of, let's do this. Kind of a wedge here. Kind of. This is so sloppy, but my next target is like somewhere up here, you know? Let's see how she plays out, but somewhere up here, guys, almost 703. And then if it gets a crypto.com listing, We'll see. I don't know. I don't know. But I got a great video coming later tonight on Growth with Knives, so check it out. Mr. Planet Prophet says, Kip Stacks video today, they talking about Solana on Bitcoin. Tell me more. What the heck are you talking about? Solana on Bitcoin? What do you mean? Ben asks, how much CAW do I have? The answer is a lot. I try not to get specific with my memes anymore because, like, I don't know. I got slapped on the wrist a couple times, and low cap memes, I just, for my own security, I'm trying not to, like, say my bag. But you can go find my wallet. And somebody could even put in the comment section how much I really don't care that much. But, look, I own a lot of this meme. It's crazy. Yeah, Mr. Planet Prophet, I'm curious what you're talking about there. I'll be right back. Throw some more questions in the chat. I will be right back, my friends. Greedy Panda likes Black Sea's Jupiter buy. I do as well. Man, I think that's a great buy. Chris Klein says, what about Solana outperforming Ethereum? It could flip it. Yeah, it could. Really could. Mr. Planet Prophet says, Alex Welsh and nothing for generational wealth. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, Stacks ecosystem. I'm bullish on it. Two Fly asks, how do I feel about H-bar? I feel good about H-bar. Mr. Planet Prophet believes that in 8 months Stacks will be 4750. That would be very nice. I would be very happy with that. Oh, are you talking about Pancake Swap, Chris? Yeah, I know Pancake Swap on Binance, probably ripping, because Binance is doing well. Pancake Swap is the largest DEX on Binance, I believe. So yeah, that's probably doing pretty well. Yeah, Jupe is great because it's like the largest DEX and aggregator on Solana, and then you got Pancake, which is yeah, and then the dog is at an all-time high right now. Let's look at dog. Let's look at dog, because I bought a runestone, for those of you guys that aren't aware of it. What is a runestone? It is that new rune standard. It's an ordinal. You got pre-rune ordinals that you got airdropped some tokens. And let's just look at, I don't think that it's, the thing is it's not on CoinMarketCap yet, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not. So I'd have to go to like Gate.io. Because I know it got listed on Gate.io. This thing is getting exchange listings. Give me one sec. let's look at some of this. The dog token got listed today. It is the meme token on the Rune standard. It's dog. I can't find it. I don't know where to find it, to be honest with you. But I do know that it is making all-time highs today. It's crazy. It's exciting. And that's why I bought the airdrop. I bought a rune stone for like, I don't know, 6 grand. And then I got an airdrop for like 3 grand. It's valued at 3 grand right now. And I think honestly I could make $10,000 or $20,000 on it easily. Because I think that people are going to buy this silly dog meme that's now on the rune standard for Bitcoin DeFi. I'm very bullish on Welsh too. It's the first dog meme on Bitcoin, but you cannot deny a ticker called dog either, I don't think. So I'm holding that. WCB says, do you think there will be a sell-off for CAW before getting back to the twos? Hey, a sell-off could happen at any moment for a meme coin, especially one so low market cap. But I lean more bullish. But if we do dip, don't be surprised if we come back down and just like 1.4 or 1.3 or something. I don't know. Hopefully we don't come back down to this. There was a big floor kind of at 1. But I think if the dip token's launched and people sell their dip tokens like I anticipate, I think that this thing will break new highs. Honestly. But a sell-off could happen at any point. All you need is one whale to just like sell a little bit or a big amount and boom, there's a dip. But the dips that have happened on this token continually just get gobbled up, which is great. That's what you want to see. How many runes are there, says Roblico? A lot. But how many rune stones are there? There's like 117,000 rune stones or something. And there's like 100K holders of the dog meme token already, which is crazy. Mr. Planet Profit, dog hype, not a fan. I get it. A lot of the Welsh people hate dog, but I hedged my bet, because why wouldn't I? It's just a hedge. It's a hedge. Yeah, let's look at Pancake Swap, see how that's doing. Because Binance token's doing very well. Look at Binance, guys. Up 12% in the last week. This is one of the top performing large caps right now. It looks like it wants to break its new highs. And so as Binance and the Binance Smart Chain token is doing well, coin number 105. Oh, wow. That's actually really low. Huh. Oh, yeah. This thing is down 7x from its previous highs, which is crazy. At under $1 billion, was up to $7 billion in the last bull market. Binance is looking like it wants to break new highs. I wouldn't be surprised if Pancake Swap broke new highs too. Ooh. Tempting. This is the number 1 DEX on Binance, to my knowledge. So we'll see. I'm a big Cronos guy, but you cannot deny the success of Binance. I mean, even with the CEO talking about a 3-year prison sentence yesterday. That was the talk of the town yesterday. Binance was also sued by Canada for the SEC in Canada. This thing is still at its highs. That is strength, guys. That is strength. Jonathan Garcia asks, what are the top 3 coins that I'm holding? Crow Stacks and Crow with Knife. I think. And those are my picks. You could have your own picks, do your own research. because that's what you do. We got 52 viewers, 29 likes. Go ahead and smash the like button. Now, in the poll I put out there, do you believe in an altcoin reckoning and is it coming? 72% of you guys say yes. And 28% of you guys say no, which is interesting. So many believe that the altcoin reckoning is still ahead. And that makes me bullish. It's counter trade. Yes, it's counter trade. And if I'm wrong, well, guess what? I get an opportunity to buy more dips, and that's okay with me. All right, guys, that's all I got in this one. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Crypto Kip. This is Crypto Report. If you want to trade the volatility in crypto, you can sign up for FEMAX using our link down below. You get free money when you sign up there. If you want to support us as a member on this channel, like Mr. Planet Profit, like all the other legends in the chat, you can do so. Sign up as a member in the link down below. You get access to our private Discord when you link your Discord with your YouTube. But that is all I got in today. It looks like Bitcoin's going to try to make its way back up. Let's see if it can test these previous highs later today. 72% of you guys believe that the altcoin reckoning is coming, and let's see what happens. I hope it doesn't come, but if it does come, I'll buy the dip. We'll let it rip. The bull market is just getting started, in my opinion. We've been going on for a while, but now the halving is complete. The parabolic FOMO stage, I believe, is coming. People are fearful. It is scary. It is a scary time, especially if you're all in on crypto. I'm scared too. I'm always scared with crypto because it's so darn volatile and I'm all in. Anytime you're all in, you should be a little scared, because if you're not scared, then you're too bullish. You know, you got to have some fear. I'm very bullish, but I've got fear because I'm a normal person. But regardless, the data says one thing. A Hong Kong ETF's going live. BlackRock had a very successful launch of their ETF. We see that governments are starting to buy crypto in a big way. We think... I believe that institutions are FOMOing into this. We're seeing the numbers, guys. It's telling a good story. I think we get a lot more upside. That's all I got, though, in this one. I'm Crypto Kip. This is Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel for more crypto content. And as always, folks, you got to remember to DCA. Mr. Planet Profit said, remember to hit the like button before you leave, please. I agree. Smash the like button. Don't wait. And as always, DCA HODL. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Got more videos coming out later today, as we always do. I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. I'll see you next time. Peace.